Can you walk me through what is the marketing side of the craft beverage industry?
Sure. So I started out doing craft beverage specific marketing back
Hmm.
in 2020, 2021.
Okay.
Um, and a lot of the work that I've done through the years, well, it really started kind of being almost a weekend warrior. I had my full-time job, but was doing weekend warrior work, creating videos for craft breweries, just really wanting to mix what I love doing with what I love drinking. I lived in Denver at the time, and they've been having they were especially back then in their craft beer heyday. So it was all around the place, and acquired two different clients that I was just kind of creating, whether it's paid ads or just promotional material for them, kind of helping them tell their story.
Hmm.
That morphed into managing social media is very adjacent to that,
Hmm.
because it's just the content creation side. So really, my craft beer marketing world started out with a lot of social media marketing. We've done branding projects or label design, label redesigns, website
Oh
redesign.
wow.
Now things have kind of evolved in a way.
Hmm. So you said you started 2021. Like, so how did that's kind of like a risky time to start into anything like during COVID. Like everything was shut down. Not a whole lot was going on. So was Colorado not on a shutdown per se? Because where I'm at in Tennessee, we were shut down at
Yeah, they were.
all. Okay.
It definitely were. It was, I was again, it was side work, so I undercut myself disgustingly, disgustingly
Mm.
low for what I should have been charging. But I had a personal relationship with these two breweries. Knew them, respected them.
Mm.
Really, the majority of what we did kicked off in 2021. Honestly, by the end of 2021, maybe 22, if I recall, COVID wasn't over, but it was definitely like we were kind of all ready to move on
Yeah,
from that.
most
Moving
definitely.
out here to Wisconsin was a different story. A year or two later, COVID was still definitely a thing, but yeah, it was a difficult time. But
Hmm.
I do recall my very first client, the one of the two I mentioned, actually gained market share because of all these other breweries weren't getting on the shelves. They weren't creating beer, so they actually captured a lot of that market share
Hmm.
just by being proactive, by being
Hmm.
active in their self distribution or their just distribution efforts. So depending on the strategy and how scrappy some of these folks are, they can kind of see those as more of an opportunity than a downside.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, so the breweries that you're talking about, are they distributed throughout the United States, or are they pretty much just local to Colorado itself?
Pretty local. I've
Uh,
in the time since then have
hmm.
dealt with other breweries that have national distribution and other, but those specific two, yeah, it was very condensed to the Denver market, the kind of local kind of Colorado market. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. No, that's pretty cool. So, if you don't mind sharing, can you tell us which brands you've worked with on the national level?
On the national level, so Weldworks Brewing, they're out of Denver, or not out of Denver, but they're up in Greeley, but obviously big in Denver. They weren't necessarily one of the first to the haze craze, but
Hmm.
they definitely, their Juicy Bits beer was one of the first, I would say. Haven't looked into that specifically, but they, again, talking about market share, they grabbed a lot of that market share in hearts and minds just through their Juicy Bits releases. And I can even get Juicy Bits out here in Madison, Wisconsin. They have those relationships all over the country. And then as far as other, I'm trying to think, just rack my brain here for other. Mostly what I deal with is kind of more of a statewide regional
Okay.
distro footprint. It's just how if your brewery's not producing 30,000 barrels a year, it's hard to keep up with demand in Tennessee and Florida if you are only making 20,000 or 16,000 barrels a year.